Welcome to potentially the final day of the group stage 2 here at DreamLeague Season 22 SUNSfan with the syndereN. So we can go over some of these picks as Techie's the classic career kill with the million range that he has. As Ollie still wants to fight, it seems. Astro Spirit upon him. Sticky Bomb is there though, and save. Should be able to get first blood. Indeed he does. I'm surprised Ollie just went right back.
At a decent pace, and you see MieRo here has essentially tied the lane with the morph. TORONTOTOKYO, big damage here. He will live for now.
Blood grenade. Yeah, he lives for about 2 seconds longer. You were technically correct.
I didn't say he was going to live forever. Nobody does.
That's what that has to be what it's from, surely. Look at that. Look at that. Taking it out.
And the reason you like that
blast off is enough. 23 Savage takes the tumble.
Yeah, nice lane ward. He has vision on the morph the entire time.
Has to keep his HP at a point where the blast off isn't enough. Take him out. Level 5 on save right now.
Yeah, 5 on Ollie as well, surprisingly.
Yeah, MieRo going for the chase. 23 Savage now. Oh, he gets doomed
he got him.
And the attribute shift not going to do too much now. Blast off is there to take him out again. MieRo will be the trade as Jabz making his rotation over the nice pulverize. End up taking out save. So ends up being a 2-for-1, but really the 23 Savage kill is ginormous.
This Wind Ranger is not bad against lifesteal either. So, you know, that could have definitely worked.
Ollie is going to be found in the jungle. Only question is who will get the last hit. It is GPK. I've yet to see the Rolling Thunder. I've yet to see the Black Hole. Typically we'll get these out much off cooldown every time. This 23 Savage is what they would like to take out, but
I think that's not too surprising.
Oh, blast off. Double mines as well. Lorenof has to expend a little bit of time to try to kill them. That's going to set up the rest of BTBOOM to be able to just right-click to their heart's content. Down goes the mid laner. They will not take it, however.
How do they kill Lifestealer?
They steal Black Hole. Or Doom. Doom is even better, actually.
Save with a good movement, but they still fight the angle.
Does run into them eventually. Static Link applied. And MieRo can only just die in the opposite direction and eventually die. Save with the double mines. Jabz going to keep him in place with the onslaught. Disarm, but it matters not. Pulverize into the Fade Bolt as the Centaur destroys Aurora.
Do you feel like Valve should change Primal Beast so when you type in chat it is always all caps?
That would be a nice feature. Q gonna tank the gank. MieRo looking for more. It's gonna be the second support in the form of Ollie. And Q eventually will drop. Blast off connects onto the ET. So 2 quick support kills. Well, maybe not that quick.
It took a long time to kill the Rubik.
And the Black Hole is there. Doesn't have to worry about it getting stolen as long as he uses anything else in the meantime.
You're losing quite a bit of time where BTBOOM are just ramping. On off to find GPK, instantly broken on the link.
It's going to be the damage room bottom. TORONTOTOKYO forcing the issue. Blast off going to be helped out by the Malefice. ET ult basically dodged entirely as GPK is infested. Lorenof is going to use his BKB. Q is who they have their sights set on to start things out. He's an easy one. Lorenof able to TP in the midst of the golden item.
Because Blade Fury was such a high damage spell if you were playing it with something like a Crystal Maiden or a good stun or Veno, you know, a strong slow.
Okay, this could be interesting. BTBOOM in the pit. Lincoln's now on Nightfall, but Aurora.
He did buy it.
Aurora are coming. Jabz with a BKB. Pulverize. This is going to start things out as GPK's courier's killed apparently. And Jabz might have to run away because not a whole lot of damage was done overall, but they get the Doom.
Did he Doom a Lincoln?
Rubik. He must have, because I don't see it on anyone, as 23 Savage going in pretty deep. Gonna focus on TORONTOTOKYO, deletes him from the face of the map as the counter Doom is applied to Doom himself. Gonna try to walk it off, but you can see the Rolling Thunder just being used to full effect from GPK. Buyback now from TORONTOTOKYO. Looks like the Doom will survive his own spell save with the blast off. One more right click will do it. 23 Savage wants to finish it off, but no, not gonna find it. Instead, it's gonna get Black Hole. There's a perfect placement as Jabz came in with his onslaught. Still no kills though. There's the Black Hole stolen on top of the Lifestealer, but Q will die for his sins. 23 Savage looks to be next on the list as BTBOOM win this fight handily. They get 3. I believe that was a dieback onto TORONTOTOKYO, but that is it. As Ollie will be the next to fall, and Roche should go to BTBOOM as well. they've opened up this game.
Not only does he find the Elder Titan, but he also gets out with the Glimmer. And the Black Hole, well timed when the...
Adaptive Strike. Those are the three main ones.
I would say Morph also, but...
Yeah, true. Oh, 23 They pop the Lincolns, he gets doomed, and he dies. He's just dead. He stands still, knowing that it's coming. Basher now there, and there. Oh, this is an interesting Infest Bomb. Put down an aggressive ward.
Do you think Techies should be able to throw Lifestealer out in a bomb barrel? Infest the barrel.
He's gonna use Glimmer.
See you later, someone. See you later, Q.
Oh, the double blast off, and Q will be the recipient of the early grave.
This ward will definitely be dewarded. Has not been popular for quite a while. Probably happy to see some play here. He'll probably still make the case that it's a bad hero, as he does every event.
Oh, 23 Savage scanned out. The north side, they pop the Lincolns. Nice Manta in the trees.
Still dead.
Doesn't matter. If you get doomed as Morphling, you just die. Plain and simple.
You're not going to just run him over like you can with other cores sometimes.
Yeah.
The Pango is tough. When he gets ult off, he messes with you really hard. The Enigma, it's a support, it's a problem. Well, we'll see. This is an important moment for Aurora.
Jabz gets the BKB off with the Pulverize, and Fest comes out from Nightfall, and now the focus is Jabz, but he has that Aghanim Scepter now active, as the Rolling Thunder will be applied just for the Primal Beast. 23 Savage doomed again. It's only a matter of time before he drops. Jabz in the corner. Ends up falling. 2 cores dead already. Lorenof first hit bash for Nightfall. Very fortuitous, as that'll be the 3rd core for Aurora. Only the supports survive. And I do believe BTBOOM, well, maybe they wait for Roche. So bottom set for BTBOOM. They likely retreat for Roche, although the melee racks is open for the taking. And they're gonna back away. Jabz, some counter initiation, trying to keep them in his base. I'm not sure if that's actually what you want. 23 Savage goes in very deep. They pop the Lincolns again. Black Hole applied, and the damage is too much. 23 Savage dead again as a beautiful blast off onto several heroes. A stolen Black Hole onto 4, but your damage is no longer there as the GGs come out. And BTBOOM stomped their way through game number 1.
The biggest highlight of the game from Aurora is in the last 3 seconds. A nice Black Hole into GG. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? That just did not work.
As top 3 CS already in the game for BTBOOM. Very early on, but kind of expecting that in the mid lane, as GPK is starting to run away with it a bit. Impale onto Ollie. Ooh, nice timing on that hack. This should be first blood, as MieRo will get it with the Scorched Earth.
Dude, Save is so good this tournament so far. I feel like he just does well more or less every game. I think we've seen 1 or 2 games, perhaps, out of all of them. Just kidding. Save, what are you doing?
Yeah, he really stood his ground. It's like, we can take you. No, never mind.
Have you seen GPK play Huskar before?
No, I don't think so.
To me, this is really not a GPK hero. But
he's gonna get ganked
take it first
now.
spin this game.
Yep, gets off a nice disarm here. TORONTOTOKYO coming in with the Frostbite, but GPK dies first to the swash. A good rotation from Aurora. Gets stuck inside those shards. He can pop the inner fire, but it's just not long enough duration right now to survive. And I feel like in these Huskar games where they take over, they don't die this early on, as they're trying to go on top of 23 Savage. Again, pop the Fairy Fire to survive, and Save will die instead. Tag team continue to be applied from Q, who's had a really good game so far. Sunray, great blocks from Q as well. 23 Savage, they're trying to give the kill to him, and they will end up netting it.
And since he's taunted, he can't turn direction, I think.
He can't do anything.
Yeah. So you'll force him to continue rolling the way that he is, but because he can't attack you, he'll still roll.
Nice Impale from Save, as TP support's coming for MieRo, as GPK showing off his life break, but the Infest is going to keep his teammate alive, and GPK is the one to fall instead, as the Rolling Thunder continuing to be used to TORONTOTOKYO's demise. A great turnaround there from Aurora.
For me, this mid lane is now a loss for Huskar. A significant one, even. Because when we talk about winning and losing a lane, it's not... Okay, that's a dead life stealer.
I mean, we weren't talking about the life stealer here, no. But still.
Didn't curse that one. That's not on me. Not this time.
Well, they're going to get Ollie potentially. Gets off the dive. Will survive.
Isn't that funny that you can't really tell what it is, but you can just tell that it really is there?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But this is a real specialist hero.
Swash into Rolling Thunder. And he's stuck inside the shards. Actually gets pushed to the other side. See if that ends up benefiting him. Inner Fire's there as well, but Q comes in with the Walrus Punch, and that's the death of GPK. Nightfall making his TP rotation. They get the egg. They might be able to clean up the Tusk as well, and they do.
Good
but Huskar's game is rough stuff right now. I have another mechanics question as Jabz seems to be reserving these arenas for save. As Aurora looking pretty good early on. As GPK has the Sange and going for Halberd now.
I don't know if I like this Halberd here. I don't think it does much.
Oh, MieRo, they do spot him. Arena, Spear. No rotation coming out, so should be a freebie for 23. Although Ollie takes it.
A 23B, if you will.
Oh yeah, the classic TORONTOTOKYO freezing field on creeps. We'll back away. This time he doesn't die though, syndereN.
Yeah.
You dominate the lane so much there's no hero to even defend.
Very true. Another illustration of a failed execution there.
We have the blink initiation from MieRo. Doom onto the Mars. You really wanted that haste rune, but
this time I was gonna say he's gonna finger him right. It's not.
Yeah.
Not fooling around anymore on save. If anyone's confused, I believe those odds are for the series win, if I had to guess.
Most likely.
But it's what's been happening in a lot of Aurora's games is that they don't really push the advantage as much as they can because they're, I think, hesitant about the counterplays. This will be a dead TORONTOTOKYO more than likely.
Jabz on the high ground. He's infested. Initiation from Jabz. BKBs galore. TORONTOTOKYO gets a nice freezing field off, but ends up falling first. Now the focus right now is on the lifestealer. 23savage gets bursted. And now Jabz left all alone as the Superman coming to finish the job. 3 for 1 for BTBOOM.
The fight breaks out with Aegis down, and Lifestealer will get absolutely tunnel visioned here by the cores. They are worried about making game-losing mistakes, so they're playing not to lose too much.
And the Infest bomb is coming. Ooh, Arcane Rune. Lorenof's going to be very happy with these two.
And they're going to run straight into each other here?
Yes. Inner Fire to start. Q's going to pop the BKB. GPK has to try to run now as the egg is placed. 23savage focusing on the Huskar. The Doom comes out, though, and it is on the Lifestealer. Lifestealer at half HP. The finger is there. That should be the death of him. So it's a 1 for 1 to start as Nightfall starting to clean up. Q takes a tumble, but save is taken out by Lorenof. Taking advantage of that Arcane Rune, but now he's going to get Infernal Bladed. Swash will burn the rest of MieRo's mana. Now Nightfall not able to find a connection here.
Boy, that was close. They did a really good job shutting down the Huskar, so he didn't get to hit the egg. If that egg does not explode from Ollie... Oh, okay.
Okay, Stormhammer.
Crazy.
Wants to go in this 1v3, but MieRo coming in to focus on Ollie. TORONTOTOKYO's there as well. It's off the Frostbite, but the Yules will keep Ollie safe. Another Frostbite to come. Jabz. Rebuke on the run.
The timing on that Rebuke plus Seal Totem made it look like the longest
Rebuke with the bash. Ever. TORONTOTOKYO does fall.
Okay. This feels like a pretty big blunder on the side of BTBOOM, to be honest. This top lane needed to have been taken care of so they could access the Roche fight. Teammates are not even remotely... okay, wrong word. Teammates aren't too close, but doesn't matter. BTBOOM cannot fight without God Strength. So, go for the next one. He's getting to work.
23. Lincoln's was popped. There's the Rage. MieRo going in very deep, and he gets hexed right away. Arena to follow. He's stuck. He's getting right-click down, and he is dead. Save looks to be next.
Big
no
mistake.
Buyback for MieRo, and this is going to open things up for Aurora in the base of BTBOOM. They should be able to get this second Rax, unless BTBOOM want to fight without their Doom. Impale into the Inner Fire again. Have to wait out the disarm. as Jabz have the double arena here pretty soon, but Nightfall wants to fight. He's going to get bashed, though, after the fact. Trying to finish off this hero, but GPK pops the BKB inside the arena, but Nightfall is the one that gets bursted. 100 seconds of no SUNSfan, and the perma-stuns applied to GPK. GG's called. This is going to game number 3.
Another BKB not used. Nightfall jumps in with his Stormhammer, doesn't BKB, gets chain stunned to death. Just a series of blunders in this late game from BTBOOM, quite uncharacteristic.
Tiebreakers on the line here. Aurora, they're out, of course. We know that. But BTBOOM, they can secure top 2 with this.
There's something about Undying with haste that's just comical. Zombies are not meant to be fast, you know?
I mean, they could go for this mid attempt. The Tombstone is played.
All right.
And there's the blast off from Save. Lorenof gets off his ult, but he will fall first to Save's right click. Ends up being a 1-for-1 for Save's life, but Save is the one getting the first blood gold as well. Arcane Boots will certainly help his cause, and so that the Medusa eventually will feel the benefits of that as well. As the arena coming out from Jabz, GPK is the target, LSA, and the burst.
All right, you asked about the ganking potential. This will do.
Yeah, it did take 4 units.
If you bring the Mars...
Now the pressure onto the tier 1. TORONTOTOKYO looking to set things up with this Tombstone as a TP will be completed by MieRo. Has the boat ready to go. Torrent will connect onto Q. That might be the one that they end up netting. Maybe not the best kill, but better than nothing.
If he would have saved his cookie there, he might actually have lived. Jabz will rotate back down to cover this, but there's more reinforcements arriving. This might be the dive we were talking about, maybe coming top. It will be bottom instead. Jabz.
Jabz. Tombstone is placed. 2 TPs coming. Blastoff is there. They burn his mana, but he pops the wand. Gets a nice spear onto the Morphling. Gets cookied to safety. TORONTOTOKYO. Looks like the adaptive strike will finish off Jabz. TORONTOTOKYO, though, left in no man's land. He will be the trade eventually. BTBOOM will still be happy with that. They cause all these rotations. They only lose the Undying.
I definitely think BTBOOM would like to fight now if they can, to bring this Torrent Storm into play immediately. Play around the Tombstone while it still matters.
Oh, 23. 23.
Here we go.
X. He's going to use Stone Gaze right away. The Torrent does hit. Boat did not come, though.
Nice
Torrent Storm will be avoided completely. Sticky Bomb slows him down. Don't think they're going to follow this up. But the follow-up instead is by Jabz inside the arena. Gets everyone from BTBOOM, basically. They're getting decimated inside the Mortimer's Kisses as well. 3 dead for BTBOOM. Aurora win this fight easily.
They will have all their spells soon again. Tombstone is the bigger one that's down for a bit. 30 seconds to go on that. Aurora will start poking their heads in.
Yeah, they can start to go for Roche if they want. Gonna scout it out. Jabz with the early arena, using it more defensively though this time as 23Savage with the Stone Gaze. Look at the damage from the Earth Splitter. GPK is dead. Save dies and buys back. 23Savage is surrounded. Has to be a bit careful. Will pop the Manta on his retreat. X finds him. Torrent Storm. The Torrent actually does connect. Now the buyback comes out from GPK, and they have enough damage potentially for 23Savage. He's out of mana now as Nightfall connects. They will burst down the Medusa eventually.
Do they have any
Echo Stomp up to 4 heroes, but the follow-up not there while the Medusa is dead. And now Aurora on the retreat, but eventually the Roche will go the way of BTBOOM. But it is not pretty. Yep, and there we see the butterfly now there for 23Savage, and gonna finish his disperser next, and then knowing that Nightfall built a butterfly will go MKB.
Okay, let's see. Open on the Medusa again.
Spotted. Some teammates nearby. Blastoff is there. Arena to counteract this. Do they have the damage? It looks like Save is going to fall first along with Jabz. As 23Savage running out of mana. He's going to be forced to the other side. We'll be able to TP out. MieRo living on barely any HP.
He's in trouble here. Waveform.
Lorenof. Waveform is there. Adaptive Strike gets deleted. And Q spotted by GPK. A couple zombies helping him out here as well. Cold Snap will... does get the Glimmer off. The cookie to the low ground, but Nightfall, Adaptive Strike, triple kill for him. So it looks like MieRo did end up falling. I'm not sure what actually ended up killing him there. Nightfall right now. It'll be extra tanky.
This ward is really good, but
I'm sure they're going to want to fight while this is still up. 23 Savage going to be in range of X here pretty shortly. Has the disperser, gives him that extra move speed, but the X is there. They want to find under the cover of the tier 1 tower. A nice arena onto basically the entirety of BTBOOM. Torrent Storm comes out, but the Medusa is looking A-okay, but Nightfall goes in. There's the blast off onto 3 along with the disarm. Lorenof taking the brunt of the damage, has a BKB trying to go high ground. Sunstrike not even needed, and you can see 23 Savage trying to waddle away. 5 attempted TP out.
Oh my god.
These Echo Stomps have been absurd. That could have been so much worse for Aurora. They lose their Lina, and likely Roche to fall for BTBOOM again.
Despite getting 5-man arena, Aurora couldn't chase. The Torrent Storm was zoning literally the entire team.
Yeah.
He's almost at position 4 now on the Invoker.
Banner for TORONTOTOKYO. This is Refresher Shard, Aegis, and Worthless Banner. They smoke on the outskirts as well.
This is very close.
They are getting close. MieRo, really tanky. Torrent is coming. Roche will fall. 23 Savage secures the Aegis. Tombstone is placed, as you can see, the Earth Splitter ripping through TORONTOTOKYO, and here comes Jabz via the gobble up. Arena comes through, but look at 23 Savage. Life number 1 bursted by Nightfall. And now he's kind of segregated from his team a bit. They're going to focus everything on him. Blastoff is there. His team has nothing in the tank, it seems. Echo Stomp doing a decent amount. 23 Savage basically out of mana now. Adaptive Strike connects. Torrent will keep him in place. He can he's just getting bounced all over the place, doing a decent amount of damage, but he does fall in the end. Cookie from Q, he wants to try to finish off too, but instead he's going to get waveformed and right-clicked down by Nightfall, and Ollie and Jabz stuck in the tree line. They will be spotted. Cold Snap upon Ollie. He will be the collateral. It's the Tornado not going to need to find its mark, as the Mars will be the lone survivor for Aurora. So they have the Medusa back in 12 seconds. Might cost them the melee racks, though. This is going to go down quick. There's the gobble up. Gleipnir to follow. LSA actually will not hit, but Echo Stomp does. There's the Mars. Okay, he actually uses the BKB, but the attribute shift was already popped by Nightfall. 23 Savage makes his way over. Stone Gaze and BKB pop, but the rest of BTBOOM now on the run. Torrent Storm keeping the rest of Aurora just locked in their base, so they'll get nothing out of it. RNG assisting BTBOOM a bit. Can they capitalize? As Nightfall with a refresher now. How close they are to the base. They want to jump 23 Savage. Tidal Wave at its ready. Torrent does not hit though, but the EMP pulling him in slowly. Triple Tomato Meteor, whatever the hell you want to call it. Center is Nightfall. Pops the BKB. They have the burst. Down goes Medusa. The buyback still at the ready though. The Torrent Storm doing so much work. Ollie takes a tumble, immediately buys back in the game. Do BTBOOM want to dive any further? Will they reposition for another set of barracks? It's like they're thinking about it as Nightfall with the Alacrity is going to focus on the top lane for now. Waveform out to avoid the Echo Stomp. 75 seconds of the Medusa. They're going to have to buy back at some point. Potentially find the opener here as Jabz jumps in, gets the sheep, but the attribute shift already popped. So the Morphling is going to survive as a result, at least for a little bit longer. Alacrity's still on him, but he's getting bursted. My goodness! The damage from Lorenof, absurd. 23 Savage now going on to MieRo. He'll pop his BKB. The Gleipnir stops the teleportation, and they'll find their second kill. So a good buyback in the end.
This
the
right
attribute
there
shift was going to save him, but not enough HP in the world for Nightfall. Taking out these illusions so they don't give any vision, but of course they can't stop the Astral Spirit, and now Aurora knows. Roche bashes Nightfall just for effect. Waveform will be used to dodge the Echo Stomp. Jabz already with the BKB, finds TORONTOTOKYO in the tree line. He's going to pop his Greaves.
He wants to get out, though. He's just buying time.
The Astral Spirit, TORONTOTOKYO keeping everyone back. And Nightfall, looks like they're going to get a free Roche here, but you can see Ollie trying to go in. And what is he going to steal here? Did he get the Refresher Shard? He might have. He dies for his efforts as 23 Savage BKB TPs. Lorenof not going to be so lucky. The LSA not going to hit anything. The Tidal Wave bringing him back. He's been abandoned by his team.
No buy.
And that's 2 dead. He still doesn't have the buyback. And that is enormous for BTBOOM.
Gets the least important item there. Obviously, Banner the most important. Age the second most.
Onto the high ground, BTBOOM goes. Gonna try to force out any potential buybacks, but of course we know they don't have them right now. There's the gobble up. Stone Gaze from 23savage is applied. Nice spear onto the Morphling with the blast, or the cookie to be applied as well. Do they have the damage? It's gonna be close. He gets the Yules up just in time. Waveform in, now the focus is on the Medusa. Nightfall, he is getting so much HP from this Satanic. And that is going to force the buyback onto the Medusa. Double kill for Nightfall as these members of Aurora are dropping like flies. The Rax goes down now. Wind Waker from Jabz. Going to force out the other buyback onto the Snapfire. But Jabz is dead. No way to get back into this game. Tidal Wave not making the full connection. Triple tomato for the road. As Q will go back into the fountain as his base is getting decimated. BKB used from 23savage. Will actually use the refresher shard. But now it's a 2 versus 5. The Echo or the Elder Titan will be back in just a moment. Nightfall trying a 1v1 battle here. Pops his refresher, will waveform away. No more BKB for the Medusa. Want to play this a little bit safer. They still have the Aegis as Nightfall's going to get X'd. We'll heal up a bit more. Salve, okay, very nice. They're going to try to finish this game once and for all. Jabz dead for 50. Echo Stomp does hit. 23savage, you can see Ollie getting that BKB charge, essentially. The Gleipnir from Lorenof. He has to back away, though. It's 23savage with the Stone Gaze save. Looks to be done. He can buy back, though. And you can see the Minefield sign doing a good amount of work as the Laguna Blade tickles MieRo, just brushing it off as the Ancient fully exposed. Nightfall with the Alacrity, pops the BKB, wants to focus on the Ancients, pops the Satanic, focusing now onto Ollie. Waveform in as well. Blast off. Will connect. And the disarm to follow onto the Medusa, completely useless, and she's just getting bounced around left and right as the Ancient will fall. BTBOOM wins the series, which means no tiebreakers.
Oh, you can tell they're excited about this win. They go in today as clear favorites.